What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another Wandavision video if you're new. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for Wandavision, Season 1, Episode 5. If you're a fan of Wandavision, if you love Wandavision, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on Wandavision, you get them. And follow my social media accounts. Links are down below in the description. Now, this episode is titled, On a Very Special Episode. And the description for this episode reads, Wanda addresses Vision's worries when he grows suspicious of the neighbor's strange behavior. Before I say anything, man, this was a solid episode. I loved this episode so much. It was definitely one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna rate it right off the jump. 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because nothing can be rated perfect. But this episode was so good. If you guys have not checked out this show, which I don't know why you would be watching my videos if you haven't checked out the show, but if you haven't seen the show, seriously, you need to watch it. This show is amazing. I love this show so much. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, they're doing such a great job. They're expressing the emotions of Wanda and Vision that we've never seen before in the MCU, and I'm loving every minute of it. I mean, come on, man. They are doing such a great job. Their performances are crazy. Now, we see that not only are Tommy and Billy not sleeping, but they're keeping their parents up. Now, Wanda is so exhausted, she tries to use her powers to quiet her sons down, but it doesn't work. Now, why wouldn't that work? Are they like immune to Wanda's powers because they're her children or what? I mean, I have so many questions when it comes to this show. But Agnes arrives right on time and Vision manages to change his appearance before she sees him. Now, eventually, everything's gonna come out. But she comes to watch the kids so Wanda and Vision can rest because, they're so tired, they're new parents and stuff. This is when things get weird though. Vision doesn't want Agnes handling the children. She comes from a run and hasn't even washed her hands. Agnes ignores him in favor of getting Wanda's go-ahead. Agnes says something like, shall we take it from the top? And she asked this like they were really actors on a TV show and like Wanda's the director or something. But Vision found it very weird what Agnes was saying. Vision definitely starts to get very suspicious in this episode. Wanda convinces Vision to let Agnes look after the twins, but it turns out they don't have to worry about it because Tommy and Billy have already grown 5 years. Obviously, at 5 years old, they're still going to be a handful. They find a puppy who they name Sparky and they decide to keep him. But Vision insists that they have to be at least 10 years old before adopting a puppy. Tommy and Billy age themselves up after Vision says this. And they do it in front of Agnes, and she happens to be in their house with a kennel. I mean, things are just getting so weird around this town. Now, Wanda makes a dog collar with her powers, while Agnes is right there in the kitchen with her. Vision ends up at work on a Saturday, and the twins are upset that he has to work, thinking that they're the reason their father is avoiding being at home. Wanda tells them that that isn't true. She says sometimes her and Vision aren't on the same page, but they still love each other because they're a family. Now, Sparky ends up dying later, and the twins, they're super upset, and they ask if their mother can bring Sparky back from the dead so they can continue to be a family. They think that their mother can just do all this stuff and bring everything back from the dead. Wanda says that they have to accept this death no matter how painful it is, which seems a bit selfish considering her dead husband is just walking around Westview like it's nothing, right? I mean, she did steal Vision's body and bring him back, so she shouldn't be telling the kids that. Now, I liked that they did like half sitcom and half the real MCU world. We get to Monica Rambeau and she wants to get back to work, but seeing that she's the only person to escape Westview, she needs to undergo a lot of tests. She has to have tests done on her because nobody knows what happened to her. The S.W.O.R.D crew goes over like a briefing and they go over Wanda's history. According to director Hayward, Wanda is clearly a threat, but Monica disagrees. The fact that she's in one piece despite being thrown out of Westview means Wanda didn't really want to hurt her, because we all know if Wanda wanted to hurt Monica, best believe she would have. Monica believes that Wanda's barrier is keeping the people inside safe, but from who and from what? Like I mentioned earlier, Wanda broke into S.W.O.R.D, into the S.W.O.R.D headquarters, and stole Vision's body. Hayward believes that Wanda has gone over the edge. He believes that she's gone crazy. He wants a way to get answers, and so does the audience, honestly. We all want answers. We want to know why Wanda exactly is doing this. We know that she wants a life with Vision, obviously, but what are all her reasons for this? Monica, Jimmy, and Darcy work together to find a solution. Now, everything that goes into Westview is changed according to the show's setting. As we found out in the previous episode, when that S.W.O.R.D drone went in there, it changed. But they want to know, what if they sent something in that will not change? S.W.O.R.D finds an 80s era drone, which they successfully send into Westview. Once the drone finds Wanda, Monica tries to talk to her, but Wanda's not having it. She's ready to destroy the drone when Hayward opened fires. Monica didn't even know the drone was armed, so if she knew that, she wouldn't have sent it in, and they lose the signal. Now, Monica is pissed off that Hayward tried to kill Wanda without getting any answers at all, but that's the least of their problems because the barrier is breached. An alarm goes off and something's coming up to the barrier. S.W.O.R.D sends every available agent to the breach. We know who's coming out. We already knew who was coming out, and it's Wanda. No other than Wanda, the official Wanda too. The Wanda that we know from the MCU. And she is super pissed off. She throws the dead drone to Hayward and tells him to keep out of her home. Monica tries to convince Wanda that she didn't know the drone was armed. Monica needs Wanda to understand that she is her ally, unlike Hayward. But Wanda doesn't care. She needs S.W.O.R.D to stay out of her home and accept that she isn't the bad guy. She said, "It looks like you're the ones with all these guns, director." She was pissed off. I don't think I've ever seen Wanda so pissed. I don't think Wanda does any favors by using her powers on the S.W.O.R.D agents, so they aim at Hayward instead. Wanda makes the guns do this. She doesn't make them shoot, but Hayward is super terrified. Then Wanda goes back inside the barrier and she heads back home. And when she did this, when she went back into the portal, it turned red. Everything turned red. But I think it's so fascinating how powerful Wanda is. I think she's definitely one of the most powerful Avengers. Now, Vision knows something is up, and he keeps questioning things throughout this episode. He notices the way Agnes is behaving when he asks her to stay away from the children. Wanda acted like she didn't even notice Agnes's weird behavior. That's the funny thing. So Wanda is definitely behind all this. But Vision saw what he saw, and he does not like what he's seeing, man. He's seeing some weird stuff happening inside of Westview. He wants to know what's up. Now at work, Vision and his colleague Norm receive an email from S.W.O.R.D asking about the situation in Westview. Vision manages to disrupt the computer with his abilities, and he uses the same abilities on Norm, who completely freaks out. He starts talking about his real family and stuff like that. Norm wants to be free of this mind control. He said that Vision needs to stop her, talking about Wanda. He said it hurts him what she's doing to him. Now, what's really messed up is he said his sister is out there in the world taking care of their sick father and worrying about her missing brother. Now, Vision thinks this dude's freak out is absolutely terrifying. So he sets Norm back to his Westview self, back to his normal self, and Vision can't stand this for any longer. He knows something is up. When he gets home, he confronts Wanda about what she's doing to the town's residents. Wanda tries to deflect. She tries to change the subject and stuff, but Vision loses his temper. He gets mad. Now he even starts flying, demanding to know what's going on outside of Westview and why he can't remember his life before they came to this town, why he can't remember anything. Of course, Wanda can't tell him. She's not telling him anything. How is she supposed to tell her husband that he's actually dead and that he died in a war? She would literally have to tell him that she brought him back to life, and that's nothing you can tell anybody. Now they keep arguing and they get interrupted by the doorbell. Wanda says that she did not plan the disruption, but Vision doesn't believe her at all. Now, the end of episode 5 threw a curveball at us. I mean, seriously, there was a huge twist at the end of the episode. When Wanda opens the door, an unfamiliar face is standing there. I've never seen this face before, but neither Wanda nor Vision know who it is until the man steps forward and asks his sister for a hug. But this isn't the Pedro we know from Avengers Age of Ultron. This is the Evan Peters Pedro that we know from X-Men Days of Future Past. I mean, Evan Peters is such a great actor. We've seen him play in American Horror Story and so many other TV shows and movies, but I did not see this coming. Now, what's the difference between this Pedro and the other Pedro? Is it just like a simple case of recasting like Darcy said? Or is there more to it? Like, I got so many questions. There's so many mysteries in this show. Like, I don't even know where to begin with my questions, man. It just keeps going. I can keep asking questions all day. Now, at this point, I think we can say that it's obvious that Wanda has suffered a mental breakdown due to losing her last family member, Vision. And she basically kidnapped and hurt 1,000 people to live out her own fantasy. One question I got for sure, though, is why did Monica look upset when Jimmy Choo mentioned Captain Marvel? What happened between Monica and Captain Marvel that we don't know about? Did you guys catch that? That she looked really upset when Jimmy mentioned Captain Marvel? But every episode we get like little Easter eggs and little commercials and stuff. And in this episode, there was a commercial featuring Lagos tissues. I guess it was a reference of Wanda accidentally killing Wakandans in Lagos in Captain America Civil War. There's one thing I learned from this show, and it's if you watch Captain America Civil War and the Avengers Age of Ultron, I promise you, you'll find little things and little Easter eggs that lead back to Wandavision. But how the hell is Pedro actually there? I don't even know if he's real. Like, is the appearance of this X-Men's Pedro meant to signify that there's actually a multiverse out there? What does this mean? I think Doctor Strange is going to appear in WandaVision. He's probably going to have to come and stop Wanda, I assume, because I heard that WandaVision is going to connect with Doctor Strange, the multiverse of madness. So I don't know how they're going to do this, but I think Doctor Strange definitely will appear by the end of the season. They're gonna have somebody really strong and powerful come and try to stop Wanda. I guarantee that Darcy, Jimmy, and all them, they're gonna reach out to another Avenger, and somebody's gonna come in, because I heard there's gonna be a major cameo in WandaVision. There's gonna be a major appearance from a known character. Now, the next episode can't come fast enough to answer all my questions. I got so many questions, and I'm sure all you guys got all these questions too, but I cannot wait, man. This is one of the best shows that I've seen in so long. I mean, I watch a lot of dramas and comedies and stuff like that, but outside of those kind of shows, I love WandaVision. I love Marvel shows and Marvel movies and stuff. Actually, this is the only Marvel show so far, but we got The Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming up. Then we got Loki and all these other shows, and best believe I'm gonna be here for it. But what did you guys think of this episode? Comment down below and let me know. What are your thoughts? Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all WandaVision content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.